Welcome back, y'all. Alrighty, we have some averages problems for the Asvab. Bob's bowling score for the last 5 games were 180, 182, 184, 186, and 188. What is his average bowling score? All right, so if we're looking for the average, okay, we're looking for something in between all these numbers. All right, so I know just by knowing what an average mean, A is out. Okay, so I'm gonna mark A, that can't even be an option. And so let's go from here. So when you're finding the average, you're gonna add up all these numbers. So let's add up, let's do 182 plus 188. And why I'm doing that is because I know 8 plus 2 is 10. And then 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 1, 17. Carry the 1. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so I just added these two up. Now I'm going to add these two. Okay, 184 plus 186. Again, this will give me a 10. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry the 1. And then 16 plus 1 is 17. Carry the 1. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So we got 3 70s too. Okay, so then let's add these together. So 370 plus 370 is going to be 0. 14, carry the 1. 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Now, we still have to add this 180 to it. So we're going to add 180 to that 70, 40. Okay. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 4 is 12. And then 7 plus 2 is 9. So we have 920. Now what you have to remember by average is you add up all the numbers, but then at the end you have to divide by however many you added. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take this 920 and divide it by 5. So 9 goes into 5, or 5 goes into 9 how many times? 1. So we're going to have drop down our 5, okay, because they all have 1s. So 9 minus 5 is 4. Drop down our 2 here. And then 5 goes into 42. Well, they all have 8, so we know it's going to be 8 times. So 8 times 5 is 40. And then we drop down minus 2 minus 0 is 2. Drop down our 0. And then 5 goes into 20. Well, if you look here, look at your options. 4 times C will be our answer. Okay. So I hope you picked up on how I'm using our answer choices to help guide us through the math. Alrighty. Okay, let's do another one. Let's go to the next. The average arithmetic mean age of the members in a 5-person choir is 34. Okay, so they gave us the average for a 5-person choir is 34. If the ages of the 4 of the members are 47, 31, 27, and 36, what is the 5th member's age? So remember, average, you're adding up, okay? So we're going to add up our 47 plus 31 plus 27 plus 36. And we are going to add an X here because we don't know the 5th member age. But you think about when you're finding the average, you add up the total and you divide by how many you added up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to divide by 5. And they told me what my average was. It was 34. So now we're going to solve for X. So remember, opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides by 5 to get rid of that division. So 34 times 5. Let's do it. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. And then 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. So we get 170 here, okay? Now what we need to do is we need to add up all these 4 numbers. So let's see. What's the easiest way to add them up? I'm going to add 47 plus 27. So 47 plus 27. And I'm just doing that because I know 7 plus 7 is 14, carry the 1. And then 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 74. So I added those two. And then if I add 31 and 36, that's going to give me 6 plus 1 is 7. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. So we added those two. Now we're going to add these two. So 74 plus 67. 7 plus 4 is 11, carry the 1. And then 7 plus 6 plus 1 is 14, so 141. So we have 141 plus x equals 170. And how do we get x by itself? Well, we're going to just do the opposite of this positive. And so we're going to subtract 141 to both sides. So x is going to be, now look at your options, right? Look at the options here. So we're going to need to borrow, make this a 6, make this a 10. 10 minus 1 gives us a 9. I don't need to do anything else because I'm looking at my answer choices here, and the only number that has a 9 is A. So that would be my answer. If I was on a time, this is a time test, right? So I'm trying to save all the time I can for the next problem. But this, I'm just showing you how you can use your answers to help you find to use your answers to help you find it, okay? Woo! tongue-tied. So 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, so that's our answer, 29. All right, let's catch it on the next one. Alrighty, number 3 says, what is the average of 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/5? Now, this is what you have to kind of remember. Whenever you add fractions, you have to have the same denominator, right? So we're going to do 1/2 plus 1/4 plus 1/5, and we're going to divide that by 3, okay? Because average means you add up the numbers and then you divide by however many you added up. So what does 2, 4, and 5 all go into? Well, 20. So I'm going to, so my LCM, okay, and I have a whole nother lesson on LCM, least common multiple. They all go is 20. So I'm trying to make this 2 into a 20. So if you're saying 2 times what gives you 20? 10. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top of the fraction. Here, 4 times what gives me 20? Well, I put 5 here, 5 here. And then we would say 5 times what? Well, 4 and 4. So let's simplify. So we would get 10 times 1 would be 10 over 20, plus 5 times 1 would be 5 over 20, plus 4 times 1 would be 4 over 20. So then we're going to add straight across. So 10 plus 5 gives us 15, plus 4 gets us 19 over 20. Okay, remember when you add fractions, you can add their top, but the denominator stays the same. And then we still have this divide by 3, right? Well, this is looking crazy. I don't like it like this. So I'm going to put 19 over 20 divided by 3. Okay, and then every whole number can be put over 1. Okay, so we can never divide fractions. So we have to keep, change, flip. Okay, so we're going to keep this 19 over 20. We're going to change our division sign to multiplication, and we're going to flip this to 1 over 3. By just seeing this 19, right, I'm going to look at my answer choices. I see a 19 over 60. That has to be my answer because it's the only one that has a 19. Okay, so use your answer choice. Don't get so stuck into solving the answer, especially on a time test. So 19 times 1 is 19. And then 20 times 3 is 60. And that is our answer. Alrighty, let's go to the next. Number 4. The average of x and y is 30. If z equals 15, what is the average of the three terms x, y, and z? Okay, so they gave us the average of x and y. Okay, so I know if I added x plus y and I divided it by 2, my average will be 30. So let's solve for what x and y would be. So we would need to times by 2 because this is division, so we're undoing division. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I know x plus y equals 60, okay? So now it's asking me, what is the average of the three terms x plus y and z? So if I'm setting up this average, I would do x plus y plus z. I'm going to divide it by 3. And I'm trying to figure out what is the average. Well, they gave me some good information. They said that z is 15. And we just solved x plus y. We know that is equal to 60. So we can substitute or replace what they have given us. So x plus y is 60. So I'm going to replace this x plus y and I'm going to put 60 plus my z, which I'm going to plug in 15. And then that's all over 3. Well, 60 plus 15 gets me 75. And think about quarters, okay? So 75 divided by 3, well, that's 25. And we can do it out. 3 goes into 7 2 times. And 2 times 3 is 6, okay? Minus the 1, drop down the 5. 3 goes into 15 5 times. But whenever you have 75, change that into quarters because you have 3 quarters take 75 cents. So that's how I look at it. Alrighty, let's jump to number 5. In the set of numbers 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and 25, what does the arithmetic mean? Okay, so we have to add up all these numbers and divide by how many numbers we added up. So let's talk about the best strategy on adding this. I'm going to add this 19 and 1 because I know 19 plus 1 gets me a 20. Okay, so I did 19 plus 1 and that equaled that 20. Now I'm going to do 16 and 4 because 16 plus 4 gets me another 20. If I do 7 and 13, so 7 and 13, that's another 20. Okay, and then we can do 22 plus 25. And that's going to be 747. And then we can add that 10, that last one. So now if we add up all these numbers, so 0 plus 7 is 7, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So 2, 4, 6, and then 8, 10, 11. That's how I look at it, okay? So we have 117. Now we have to figure out what are we going to be dividing that 117 by. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 numbers up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And so 9 goes into 11 one time. And thank you, right? I'm looking here. I know there's these two are out. C and D are out now because I have a 1 right here, okay? So 11 minus 9 is 2. And then I'm going to drop down my 7. Well, 9 goes into 27 3 times. So our answer has to be A. Alrighty, thank you for joining me on this mini lesson. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and I most definitely will catch you on the next one. Bye.